Hey everybody, I'm Natalie and I'm here with YuBalance to provide you 5 stretches for neck and back pain. All right, today we're going to be starting out on the mat, but also we are going to be using a foam roller for one of our stretches today. If you don't have a foam roller at home, another great option is either a rolled up towel or a rolled up yoga mat or even a thick blanket. All right, so be sure to grab that quickly if you don't have it on hand. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. We're actually going to start out seated here today. For some neck stretches, I like to personally be on the ground. All right, so since we're going to be stretching first, I want to get a little blood flow to my neck and back area. So let's just kind of go into some shoulder rolls first. So just finding a nice steady breath. Right now I'm squeezing my shoulders up and rolling back. Good, let's do like 2 more here. Awesome, and then let's go ahead and just roll those shoulders forward. Nice. So it doesn't have to be exact, just kind of, getting some movement there. You could even go one at a time if that feels good. All right, so into our first neck stretch. So since I'm seated, another option for being seated, you could do this in a chair as well if you don't prefer getting onto the ground. All right, but we're going to start out facing forward, okay, keeping a nice neutral neck. So I want to think about on this one keeping my chin in the same position as where it started. Okay, so as we move side to side, I want to try not to let my chin drop too low. So first I'm going to be leaning my right ear towards my right shoulder, and with my left hand, I'm going to reach around and I'm actually going to grab my thigh here. Okay, so creating some tension through our muscles is going to give more of an active stretch rather than just passively lying into this. That's actually ultimately going to help us lean into our stretch a little bit better. All right, so my left hand is around, I'm grabbing my thigh. Right arm, right hand I'm going to take just gently on the top of my head. And then again, trying to keep your chin right where it is. I'm just going to softly pull my head towards that right shoulder. Good, so kind of dropping that ear towards the shoulder. Ooh, and that is feeling really good for me right now. All right, you guys, nice. So as we stretch here, you can hold it as long as it feels good to you, but try to last at least 10 to 15 seconds. Good, and make sure to breathe. Awesome, and you might notice the harder that you grip your leg, that stretch actually might intensify a little bit. So I'm gonna do one more big last inhale, and then exhale, carefully release your head back to neutral. If you need to, you can kind of shake it out side to side. All right, and then I'm gonna reach around with my right arm, grab my right thigh, and now I'm moving my left ear kind of towards my left shoulder. So left hand's coming up on top of my head, and just ever so carefully leaning that head towards that left side. Good. So again, careful that you're not holding your breath through these. Good, and keep your chin lifted. We'll hold for another 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Carefully come on out of that stretch. Nice. So the next neck one that we're going to be doing is going to be looking down towards our chin and up towards the sky. All right, so your hands can just be wherever they feel comfortable. But let's go ahead and tuck your chin towards your neck. So you're kind of going to give kind of that double chin motion. So chin coming towards your neck. And then from there, keeping a nice long spine, I'm going to round my head towards my chest. Okay, so careful that you're not just rounding forward here. I really want to stay lifted. So chin comes to the neck, and then I'm rounding forward just a bit. Good. And almost trying to reach that top of your head like at an angle forward in front of you. Hold it again here a little longer. Good. And then we'll go ahead and come back up to our starting point. All right, next we're going to look up towards the sky. So I'm going to reach my chin towards the ceiling. All right, and then again, rather than just letting your head kind of sink back here, think about actively lifting your chin upwards towards the sky. All right, so that's really providing a nice stretch through the front of my neck here. And I'm staying lifted out of my spine. Good, and then exhale, let's bring it down. Let's go through those one more time. All right, so chin towards your neck, and then down, roll towards our chest. Good. I even have a pretty tight back, so I even feel this down my back just a little bit. Good, back up to neutral, and then once again, let's look up. Awesome, and exhale and relax. Nice. All right, next up we're gonna come on to our hands and knees. We're gonna do a thread the needle stretch. So starting out in our tabletop, knees under our hips, hands under our shoulders. I'm gonna start out first with my right arm lifting off the mat. I like to always kind of counter my stretches, so I'm first gonna do a thoracic twist towards this right side. And then as I exhale, I'm threading the needle. I'm gonna bring my right arm between my left leg and left hand. Good. I personally like to extend my left arm forward in front of me, but if that isn't feeling comfortable to you, you can always keep this hand bent here. All right, so hips are still reaching towards the sky. Good. I like to keep my palm pressing into the ground, but you can kind of play around with it as well. See if having your palm lifted feels good too. But palm down for me really enhances that stretch a little bit. So I'm feeling this through my upper back, even into my shoulder a little bit. You may be feeling it there as well. You may be feeling it more down your ribs or your lats. Good, but we're gonna hold it here for another breath. Awesome, and let's go ahead and slowly come out of that twist. Good, and then back onto our hands and knees. Perfect, moving on to our second side. All right, I've got my left arm twisting up. Inhaling, and then exhale to thread the needle. Good, again, you can always straighten out that arm in front of your shoulder, or you can keep it bent in beside you, whichever feels more comfortable to you. And some days it might feel more comfortable to have your arm extended. Some days it might feel better to have it bent. So either way is great. Good. Oh, this is feeling so nice today. All right, again, you can kind of play around with your palm facing up or palm facing down. Good, but we're gonna hold it here for another inhale. And exhale, slowly come out of that twist. Oh, so nice. All right, for our next one, we're gonna grab our prop. So if you have your foam roller handy, let's go ahead and grab that. If you have a rolled up yoga mat, go ahead and grab that as well. Okay, and what we're gonna be doing is a thoracic extension using this foam roller. So we're not gonna be rolling over the roller, but we're just gonna be using it as an aid to help us get into this extension. All right, so I'm gonna start with it resting just right under my shoulder blades. Okay, my low back is lifted off the mat a little bit, but through this movement, we want to be careful that we're not using our hips or using our low back to go through this motion. All right, feet are comfortably resting on the mat, knees about hip width apart. We're going to go soft hands behind our head, making sure our elbows are drawn open. All right, and then from there, using our upper back, I like to kind of keep my core a little engaged as well. Using my upper back, I'm going to start to just lean over the roller, keeping a neutral spine, and then exhale to lift myself up. Good, and you can kind of roll, like if it's not feeling super great, the first position that you get in, roll forward a little bit more, or roll back to see where it's feeling good, but generally it's gonna be underneath your shoulder blades. All right, so hands are soft behind our head, elbows pulled open. We inhale to lift through that upper back. Good, and then exhale, draw it up. All right, but again, try to limit the movement through your low back. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhale up. And you can hold it a little bit longer if it feels really good to you. Good, and exhale up. Let's do 1 more time. Big breath in. Good, and exhale. All right. So another option for this, if you want to get a little bit more intense too, is going to be arms upward, straight over like biceps by your ears. So it's the same exact movement, but maybe a little bit more challenging with the straight arms. But same thing, we're going to inhale, arch back, all right? Since we don't have the support of our hands, be careful that your head isn't dipping back. We want to keep that neck neutral, good. And then exhale to pull it up. Let's go again, inhale back. And exhale. Awesome, you guys. Nice work on those. Let's go ahead and sit up. We can put our foam roller to the side. And then our final move that we're gonna do today is going to be lying on our back. We're going to be doing some knee twists. All right, some supine knee twists. So drawing your legs together, knees can start right over your hips, hands on the mat beside you. We're just going to let those legs fall to one side, keeping your shoulders glued to the mat. You're welcome to keep your gaze up towards the ceiling or to look over that opposite arm. Okay, in this case, it's my left arm. Good, but I'm looking up here. Legs are resting one over the other, getting a nice twist through my back. If this is feeling a little too intense or uncomfortable for you to have your legs all the way down to the side, you can take that foam roller that we just used and just place it underneath that bottom leg to provide a little extra support. All right, let's inhale those legs up to center, and then we're going to exhale and just let them fall to that second side. Nice. And as I've said through all of our stretches, just make sure that you keep breathing. Good. Option again to look towards the sky or to look over that opposite hand. Good, let's go one more time to each side. So inhale those legs up to the middle, and then exhale to our first side. Knees drop over. Just getting that nice twist, nice gentle stretch through your back. This one's very relaxing to me. All right, inhale those legs up, and last time, let's exhale over to that second side. Awesome. Last breath in. Good. Inhale those legs up. And then you're welcome to place those palms on your shins, and you can just go ahead and roll yourself back up. All right, but thank you so much for tuning in today with me. I hope you enjoyed those stretches. If you'd like more information on classes or more moves, be sure to check out our website at YuBalance.com.